Remember when WWE promised us a nightmare? Instead, they gave us a disaster that made the wrestling world explode with rage. Crown Jewel 2025. The Fiend vs Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship. A match so catastrophically bad, so insultingly booked, that fans literally chanted AEW during the show. And here's the thing that'll make your blood boil: WWE knew they were destroying one of the most over characters in decades, and they did it anyway. Stick around, because what happened that night in Saudi Arabia didn't just kill a match, it nearly murdered the Fiend's entire mystique, and the fallout was absolutely nuclear. Let me paint you a picture of the 8th of October 2025, Halloween night. The perfect setting for the Fiend to capture his first championship. Bray Wyatt had reinvented himself with the Firefly Funhouse segments, creating dual characters that had the entire WWE Universe captivated. On one side, you had the cheerful, unsettling children's show host Bray. On the other, you had the Fiend, a supernatural horror that felt unstoppable, untouchable, unbeatable. This wasn't just a character, this was a phenomenon. Every appearance sent chills down your spine. The creepy entrance with the lantern head, the mandible claw finisher, the way he no-sold a fence like a true monster. WWE had lightning in a bottle. Seth Rollins, meanwhile, was the Universal Champion, but his reign was struggling. Fans had turned on him. His matches felt repetitive. His promos weren't connecting. He was supposed to be the man, but the crowd was ready for someone new, someone fresh, someone like the Fiend. The build-up to Crown Jewel had fans believing this was the Fiend's coronation moment. Finally, a monster heel who could carry the Universal Championship with an aura of invincibility. Now here's a question for you, and drop your answer in the comments below. Before Crown Jewel 2025, how many matches had the Fiend lost in WWE? Think about it, and let us know your answer. The match started in the most WWE way possible with a stipulation announcement. As the bell rang, the referee declared this would be a Falls Count Anywhere, no disqualification match. On paper, this should have been perfect for the Fiend's character. Let him be brutal. Let him be unstoppable. Let him show why he's a nightmare made flesh. But oh, WWE had other plans. Plans that would make absolutely no sense to anyone with half a brain. Seth Rollins went into survival mode immediately. He grabbed a chair, then another chair, then a ladder, then a table. He hit the Fiend with everything he could find. Stomp after stomp after stomp. One stomp, two stomps, three stomps. The Fiend kicked out. Good. That's what we wanted. Show us this monster can't be stopped by conventional means. But then WWE took it too far. Way too far. Rollins grabbed a toolbox. He smashed the Fiend with a hammer, multiple times, directly to the head. The Fiend no-sold it and sat up like the Undertaker. The crowd popped. Then came a sledgehammer shot. Another weapon. Another shot. The Fiend kept coming. It should have been terrifying. It should have made the Fiend look invincible. Instead, it made the whole thing look ridiculous because of what was about to happen. Here's where everything went completely off the rails. Seth Rollins brought out a ladder and started stomping the Fiend through it. Then he grabbed the chair and hit him repeatedly. Then more stomps on chairs. We're talking 11 curb stomps total. Let me repeat that, 11 curb stomps. And that's not even counting all the weapon shots. The Fiend was buried under chairs, hit with everything imaginable, and the referee kept checking on him like this was a normal match. And then came the moment that broke the wrestling internet. After all that punishment, after the Fiend had kicked out of everything, after establishing he was supernatural and couldn't be beaten conventionally, the referee stopped the match. Not a pin, not a submission, not a knockout, a referee stoppage. In a no disqualification match, the referee waved off the match, and Seth Rollins retained the Universal Championship. We have a quick request for you. We are constantly working to improve our content to earn your love and support. That's why we would truly appreciate it if you could take a moment to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update here on Wrestling Zone Insider. The crowd was furious. Boos rained down like a storm. Confusion spread through the arena. Fans at home were throwing their remotes at their TVs. Social media immediately exploded with rage. The hashtag ref stoppage started trending. Wrestling journalists called it one of the worst booked matches in WWE history. And they were right. This wasn't just bad booking, this was character assassination. Let's break down why this was so catastrophically stupid. First, you have a no disqualification Falls Count Anywhere match. That stipulation exists specifically so someone can't stop the match through traditional means. The entire point is that there are no countouts, no disqualifications, and the match continues until someone is pinned or submits. A referee stoppage completely contradicts the stipulation they announced 5 minutes earlier. Second, the Fiend's entire character was built on being an unstoppable supernatural force. He no-sold a fence. He kept coming back. He was supposed to be beyond normal wrestling rules. Having him lose via referee stoppage didn't just make him look weak, it made him look like any other wrestler who could be hurt and protected by a referee. It stripped away everything that made the character special. Third, and this is the part that really makes my blood boil, Seth Rollins gained absolutely nothing from this. He didn't look strong. He looked like someone who had to nearly kill his opponent with every weapon in the building and still couldn't pin him. The finish made everyone look terrible. Seth looked weak. The Fiend looked vulnerable. The referee looked incompetent. WWE looked like they had no idea what they were doing. Here's another question for the comments. How many total curb stomps did Seth Rollins hit during this match? Closest answer wins bragging rights. The aftermath was just as bad as the match itself. WWE tried to explain the finish on the following Raw. They had Seth Rollins come out and essentially say, "I did what I had to do to win." But fans weren't buying it. The damage was done. The Fiend's aura of invincibility had been shattered. Sure, he would go on to win the Universal Championship from Seth Rollins just days later at SmackDown's premiere on Fox, but it never felt the same. That mystique, that special feeling that the Fiend was something different, something dangerous, something beyond normal wrestlers, it was gone. And you know what the saddest part is? This could have been avoided so easily. If WWE wanted Seth to retain, book a screwy finish, have a distraction, have Seth use the mandible claw against the Fiend, have supernatural interference from the Firefly Funhouse characters. Literally anything would have been better than what we got. Instead, they chose the one finish that made nobody look good and satisfied exactly 0 people. The wrestling community's reaction was unanimous and it was brutal. Dave Meltzer gave it negative stars. Fans called it one of the worst PPV matches in WWE history. The AEW chants during the show weren't just about company rivalry, they were fans expressing their frustration with WWE's creative decisions. This was peak WWE doesn't listen to their audience energy. They had a character that was printing money, that had fans genuinely invested, and they threw it away for a finish that made no logical sense. Crown Jewel 2025's main event represents everything wrong with overbooked, nonsensical WWE storytelling. It's a masterclass in how not to book a monster character. The Fiend should have won that night in dominant fashion, beginning a legendary championship reign that would have been talked about for decades. Instead, we got a match that's remembered for all the wrong reasons. A cautionary tale about what happens when wrestling companies prioritize shock value and impossible standards over coherent storytelling and character preservation. So there you have it, Wrestling Zone Insider fans. The full story of one of WWE's biggest booking disasters. The match that nearly killed the Fiend's mystique. The match that made fans rage tweet for days. The match that proved WWE could take their hottest act and completely fumble it in under 20 minutes. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Tell us your reaction when you first saw this train wreck. And don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more wrestling deep dives, and hit that notification bell so you never miss when we expose more of wrestling's most controversial moments.